right now.
Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight at 10. I'm Louis Aguirre.
And I'm Janice Fernandez. We want to get right to your top story tonight. Breaking news. A South Florida Congresswoman indicted, accused of stealing millions of dollars in federal disaster funds and using the money to support her congressional campaign. Congresswoman Sheila Cherfilus-McCormick now facing federal charges.
She'd already been under investigation by the House Ethics Committee this summer. We have team coverage of the indictment tonight. Local 10's DC Bureau Chief Ben Kennedy standing by with reaction from Washington. But we begin with Local 10's Aaron Mabin in Miramar with the charges. Aaron.
Janice and Louis, within the last hour, attorneys for the Congresswoman said they plan to fight to clear her name.
Everybody feels like they're under attack.
Tonight, a federal grand jury indicting Congresswoman Sheila Cherfilus-McCormick and several associates, accusing them of stealing millions in federal disaster funds, laundering the money, and using part of it to support her 2021 congressional campaign.
The money we invested was to make sure that we can touch the people in the community, but the money didn't determine this election because most people who put a lot of money in the community, in the campaigns, they don't win.
I'm telling y'all, y'all keep on letting these people play in y'all face, man. At this point, I don't trust no Democratic politician. It's been case after case. Letitia James, this woman here, Tiffany Henyard, Jasmine Crockett even has a net worth of $9 million. These people are just getting into office and just lining their pockets up with taxpayers' money. Same thing going on in Chicago, same thing going on in New York, same thing going on in Los Angeles, and all these Democratic hellholes, they're taxing y'all to death, taxing y'all out of your eyeballs. Property taxes have went up over 100% in Chicago right now. These people don't live where y'all live. They're living in mansions. They're living in $1 million homes. They're not missing no meals. They're not collecting food stamps and Section 8 and all that old kind of stuff. These people are lining their pockets up. They are millionaires by the time they leave office. And they continue to jump in front of cameras and tell y'all, we need to tax the rich. We need to tax the millionaires and the billionaires. Well, are you going to tax yourself? It's a lot of people over there in the Democratic Party that are millionaires and billionaires. And they're lining their pockets up with y'all's money.
The money in the community, in the campaigns, they don't win.
Federal prosecutors say Cherfilus-McCormick and her brother Edwin Cherfilus ran a FEMA-funded COVID-19 vaccination staffing contract through their family health care company. Prosecutors say in July 2021, the company received a $5 million overpayment. Prosecutors say the group diverted that money and tried to hide it through multiple accounts. The indictment says a large portion of those funds was used for campaign contributions and personal expenses. Prosecutors allege the South Florida Democrat and Nadege LeBlanc arranged additional donations using straw donors.
Now, if she would have just used the money to fund her campaign, she might have got away with this. But when you start adding the personal expenses like Tiffany Henyard did, taking trips and all this whole kind of stuff, paying your people, giving your people jobs, having them come back and donate to your campaign with the money that you paid them, like that's all these people do. They're scammers. Democratic politicians are scammers. I'm sorry, you don't see Republican politicians being brought up on stuff like this. Majority of Republican politicians, they already invested their money in the stocks and businesses and real estate and stuff like that, so they actually know what's going on in the neighborhood. These people don't know anything. All they know is stealing. They never open businesses. We'll get to that in a minute. Don't worry about it.
Money to friends and relatives who then donated to the campaign as if using their own money.
See what I'm saying?
Investigators say the Congresswoman, with the help of her tax preparer, David K. Spencer, filed a false federal tax return, allegedly disguising political spending and personal costs as business deductions. U.S. Attorney Jason Redding Quinones writing public money belongs to the American people. When FEMA funds are diverted for personal or political gain, it erodes trust and harms us all. Attorneys for the Congresswoman writing, she is a committed public servant who is dedicated to her constituents. We will fight to clear her good name.
If convicted, the South Florida Congresswoman could face up to 53 years in prison. The co-defendants could also face decades behind bars. We're live in Miramar tonight. Aaron Mabin, Local 10 News.
Yeah, man, at this point, I don't trust none of these Democratic politicians, man. They always talk about Trump and his businesses and how he filed for bankruptcy and he didn't pay taxes and he didn't do this and he didn't do that. But these people are lining their pockets up with taxpayers' money year after year after year. Y'all being taxed out of y'all eyeballs in these Democratic hellholes. These people are millionaires. They own $100,000 salaries. And they are millionaires by the time they leave office. But they'll jump in front of a camera and tell y'all how we need to tax the rich and how Trump is only for his billionaire buddies and all this kind of stuff. Like it's not millionaires and billionaires over there in the Democratic Party. And they're not becoming millionaires and billionaires off of their businesses and what they got going on. You know what I'm saying? You talk about Trump and his businesses. Those were his businesses funded out of his pocket, his family's pockets. Y'all are stealing taxpayers' money. None of these Democratic politicians have ever ran a business, opened, being in real estate, stocks, nothing. They don't get into that stuff until they get into office. Because they don't have any money until they get into office. Majority of Republican politicians already had money before they started running. Trump never was a politician. He was a businessman. And regardless of him filing for bankruptcy or whatever for 6 companies, the man has ran over hundreds of companies. Still has those companies to this day that didn't file for bankruptcy. All they want to talk about is the companies that filed for bankruptcy. They never want to talk about the companies that were actually successful. This man became the president of the United States of America. And they're calling him a bad businessman. He's a billionaire. That man work ethic is crazy. Trump been going nonstop. At 80 plus years old, this man has been going nonstop since he got in office. Sleepy Joe been falling all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Don't know nothing about no business, no real estate, no nothing. All they know is lining their pockets up with taxpayers' money, and y'all keep on voting for them and wonder why y'all property taxes going up. Wonder why y'all getting foreclosed on. But, hey, man, keep doing what y'all doing. I'm going to keep reporting on it. Y'all like, share, subscribe, comment on the video. Let me know how y'all feel about this topic. Hit the link in the description. You want tattoos of persons? You in Dallas, Texas, holla at your boy. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Don't be a lame like these liberals and these Democratic politicians stealing taxpayers' money, messing up these neighborhoods, bringing the property value down everywhere they go, man. It's insane. What's going on, my good people? If y'all in Dallas, Texas, and you're looking for a place to get tattoos or piercings, come holler at us at Finesse Gang Inc., man. Follow us right now on all social media websites as Finesse Gang Inc. on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Snapchat, X, formerly known as Twitter. Wherever you see us at, hit that follow button. We do black and gray tattoos as well as color tattoos. It don't matter if you're dark skin, light skin, white skin, whatever. If you want lines, tigers, birds, flowers, butterflies, portraits, cover-ups, we do it all, man. If you want your nose pierced, your ear pierced, your belly pierced, Christina's, dermals, surface piercings, whatever you want, man, we can do it. If you're 18 years or older, click the link on this video or wherever you see our link at. Go to our booking site, book your appointment right now. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next month, not next year. Click the link wherever you see our link at. Go on our booking site and book y'all appointment right now. What y'all waiting on? Let's get it.